Welcome everyone to the long-awaited and desperately overdue Subscriber Saturday. So sorry I didn't do it last week. I was on vacation. Actually, still am, but I just could not bear to let another weekend go where I didn't do a subsat. So this is going to be a pretty sweet 3v3, and there's going to be this guy who's always going to be the odd man out because he's the Terran player, only Terran player in an otherwise Protoss match. So we have Doc, who's misplaced Terran right there. We have G-Town Bala and Rick, and they are going to be taking on the other side of the map. That is going to feature green tea, a refreshing beverage, Captain Terrific, who is terrific, and Brian. So there's at least one normal name in each one of them, and then a couple of other awesome stuff. So I'm not going to tell you who submitted this until the end. And if you read the chat, then I'm sorry I can't actually turn that off. So for all of you guys who are like, spoiler alert, then you can just read chat and figure out at least which team sent it. I can't do anything about that. So please, if anybody knows a way to do that, then let me know and I will attempt to do it. But for now, this is anti-spoiler as I can get. And besides, it doesn't mean that he has to win just because a certain team sent in a replay. Okay, guys? Jeez. I mean, it has happened, albeit once, but yeah. So, okay, it's going to be a Protoss versus Protoss Terran. And it looks like the opening build's coming out right now. We have gateways going down. We have another gateway going down. I swear there was a forge. Yeah, there's a forge going down by Brian over here, who was saying something about going carriers earlier. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a couple of gateways going down for Rick. Rick does not like that Brian is going to go carriers, and so he's going to do something about it. G-Town Bala is placing pylons in pretty good spots and then not placing other buildings appropriately. But actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter because there's no Zergs on this map, so these guys can pretty much do whatever they want. As you can see here, it looks like a second rack's going up for Doc right now. And I'm just going to keep on looping around and seeing what these different guys are doing. Brian has not taken gas yet, which is interesting. So what does he do? Oh, snap. He is building cannons. So he has a pylon down here, cannons here, and he's probably going to put another... Oh, no. Cannon finishes, places another one here, and this probe finds out that there's a cannon there because he just got shot in the face. So, and another pylon going down. So this is going to be so annoying for Rick. Oh no, the two names going against each other, Brian versus Rick, who will be victorious? Well, seeing as how Brian is going to have 3 cannons up pretty soon, and this pylon is going to allow another cannon like here, or actually here's probably better, yeah. So Rick, that's original, and he's not happy at all. It looks like he is saving up money now, though. So if he gets enough, he needs enough for 400. Oh, no, he has 385. Rick, what are you doing? You need... Oh, never mind. Never mind. He already queued it up. So he's going to be able to expand to the gold. So Rick is going to go for the ever-popular just run all your guys away in the beginning of the game. And Brian is going to tee-hee-hee his way. Actually, could probably cancel that cannon, but not that big of a deal. Meanwhile, what is G-Town Bala doing to help out Rick? Well, he's going to go ahead and just keep his zealots right here. To be fair, I don't know if his zealots could really do too much right now. He does have quite a few lots, though. And over here, we have Doc, who's up to 3 racks already. My goodness. And just going to go for, looks like he has not even taken a gas yet. Nope, so he's going to be going for lots of the Marinas, even going ahead and getting a 4th rack. So my goodness, 4 racks off one base. That's pretty all-in-ish, but maybe he just wants to make sure he doesn't die to any kind of crazy stuff. Over here, we have Brian going to be doing a gateway, grabbing his 2nd gas as well. Still only has a forge right now. Gateway is almost done. For Captain Terrific, we have the warp gates about 90% of the way done. He's going to be pretty terrifically happy about that. Getting a couple more pylons. Has 4 gateways all the way done and is just waiting on this before he makes these 4 gateways into 4 warp gates, and then he could do some shenanigans. And it looks like he's going to be expanding too. So the 4 warp gate into expand before build any units build. But I think he's feeling pretty safe here. G-Town Bala going to be absolutely balling with Rick, and they're going to be just dancing back and forth with these zealots, and Doc now with some Marines. So they have a bit of a little force here, and as they move across the map, this is going to be the 2nd attack in this game. We were only at the 6-minute mark, and one person was almost killed, Rick, but he was able to reposition down here if you look at my mouse. And now it looks like Green Tea is saying help. And what can his opponent, or what can his buddies actually do? These Marines are actually doing a very good job of keeping half of these zealots out of the battle, so very nice of them. It looks like Captain Terrific going to be sending over a couple of stalkers, but really that is a lot of Marines and a lot of zealots, and I think that Green Tea is in a lot of trouble. But at least His warp gate just finished. Nothing can use it yet. Oh, he also has 2 Stargates, which he has not used yet. And oh, no, the probes need to run away. Ah, so much stuff. A sentry and 2 stalkers going to be doing their best to help Green Tea hold off this attack. And meanwhile, it looks like, oh, a couple more units for, who is that? Captain Terrific, that's right. And so Captain Terrific is going to almost force field himself in. Green Tea does have a Zealot out as well, and 4 more Stalkers are going to be coming in here. And here come out the probes to fight. Rah! He's like, save probes, don't engage. And the probes are like, that's actually a pretty good idea. I don't think we should be doing that. So instead, they're going to let the sentries take the damage. Sentries are good tanks. But they do clean it up. So, oh my goodness, will this even work with that? No, well, not really. But you can see, let's see if we can go to the income tab. Yeah, we can see how many workers everybody has. And it looks like right now, looks like Captain Terrific is doing a terrific job. He actually has an expansion up, which is decently saturated. And does anybody else have an expansion up at this point? I don't believe so. It looks like the Terran player Doc, just now landing his command center down here, has not transferred any SCVs yet. Will he do that at some point? I hope so. Although he is just about perfectly saturated here, so maybe he doesn't want to. Don't know, but he needs to do something. Maybe turn this into an orbital or a planetary or a fish market. I don't know, something. Or just build some SCVs out of it. That could be good too. Now, I'm looking at the minimap, seeing exactly what's going to happen over here. These cannons just chilling out like total ballers, going LOL. We are totally blocking this. Meanwhile, Rick, I said not Brian, Rick, just now starting warp gates. So yeah, he's a little bit behind, but he does have these gold. So if he's able to just keep on producing these probes, then he will be able to get back in this game. G-Town Bala coming in with a ton of stalkers and some sentries. What kind of tech does he have? Looks like he is expanding right now. And his tech, it looks like he does have a robo facility up, and that is about it right now. So, okay, over here for the Terran, it looks like he has a couple of missile turrets up. Doesn't want to die to any kind of DTs or Void Ray shenanigans. Also adding on a starport and another factory. Already has 1 factory, adding on a second one. Going to be interested to see what he does with that factory. +1 almost finished for him as well, grabbing an armory, and still a lot of Marines. No upgrades, stim, or combat shields. It doesn't look like anything is even on the way, but he is getting more reactors for his barracks and adding on another barracks. So maybe going for a Marine tank. That looks like it could be what it is. Now, it looks like some Marines are going to be walking down here and they're going to be chilling. So they're going to, the left side of the map is doing a good job of at least consolidating their forces. And they're going to be able to maybe do some additional damage over here. It looks like Green Tea is expanding now, so everybody trying to take a second base, except Rick, who has stopped probe production and is just going to be chilling off of these 4 gateways, not even getting or turning them into warp gates, but just relying on the 4 gateways. Now, it looks like Captain Terrific. He is terrific, and he is a captain, but I don't know if he can actually stand the combined might of all of these units. That is so many guys. Ton of Marines, ton of Zealots. Not a ton of Zealots, 4 Zealots, but a lot of Stalkers combined between the different forces, as well as a few sentries with full energy now. So they could just do a lot of damage as they push up here. And here we go, Captain Terrific. Are you going to be able to hold? That's so many units. Oh, and look at that, even Guardian Shields going down. No force fields. There are additional reinforcements being warped in by Captain Terrific over here. And it looks like Green Tea trying to help, but he gets caught on the ramp by a nice force field there. So he's only going to be able to attack with a couple units. And there's actually even a Zealot from Rick up there doing some damage. Now this Zealot is going to be tweaking out. And it looks like Captain Terrific is going to be overrun. His 3rd expansion is under attack, but look at this, Brian, with his 1 base carrier build coming out. And here we go. There's going to be some pressure being put on these carriers. Need to keep them alive. Need to keep the carriers alive. Run away, carrier, run away. Oh, that was so close. He has 9 hit points left, considering he starts with 450 between shields and hit points. That's quite a few. And now a 3rd carrier joining the fray. This carrier does go down, so Brian losing 1 carrier. And these Stalkers and Marines and a couple of sentries are going to be going ahead and cleaning that up. So now what are they going to do to counter? Because it looks like Captain Terrific is in danger of losing his base. Green Tea going to be sending 2 Stalkers down to face the combined might of a lot of people. Here come a few Zealots going to be tanking some ground damage. And there are the 2 carriers of Brian doing a good amount of DPS with those little interceptors. And now it looks like they have to be sharing unit commands because of how good GT Bala or G-Town Baller rather, and Rick are controlling their units. Somebody has to be controlling that. But these Zealots are in among, and they're going to be doing lots of damage, and it looks like Green Tea does have Stalkers in the background as well. So now there's a 3-person battle versus a 2-person battle, as it looks like the Terran player is nowhere to be found. What is he doing? Looks like he's just building up forces and expanding. We'll go ahead and go to the production tab and see exactly what he's doing. Looks like he is getting stim, getting a medevac, some more Marines. We have more carriers on the way. We have, do we have attack? Upgrade, +2 attack for air done for Brian, so nice job there. And oh snap, these carriers are way far forward though, and these Stalkers are going to be doing a lot of damage. One carrier is going to go down, is going to be able to get a second one. I am not sure. It looks like Green Tea is trying to sacrifice his Stalkers to keep these carriers alive, and they will indeed keep them alive. So nice job there. Oh my goodness, Captain Terrific with a ton of Zealots right now, doing some good damage up here. Oh, nice force fields though. These Zealots are not going to be able to do anything, and these Stalkers are going to pick them apart as they leisurely sip tea and giggle because these force fields are making these Zealots so obsolete. I should note that it looks like G-Town Bala has no upgrades right now, and Rick with no upgrades either, although I did see upgrades for other people. Let's see what these Marines are at 1-1. They do have stim, no combat shields yet. Is it on the way? It is not, but 2-2 is on the way, so that's good. And here comes another push now from the left side of the map, and what is the right side going to do? Because it looks like Green Tea is totally by himself now. Oh no, Captain Terrific warping in another round of Zealots. They do have charge now, that will help. But it only helps if they're able to get us around, and now they're going to move up the ramp, and these Zealots not going to have that much of a surround, getting a little bit. But it looks like, oh, another engagement going on here as Marines try to pick off these wounded carriers, but carriers are doing a lot of damage, and Marines falling all over the place. Meanwhile, back here in the bottom right-hand corner, this battle is still continuing. It looks like all of Green Tea's forces have been killed, and he is yelling out help. Actually, it's more of an inquisitive help. He's like, guys, really? Seriously? Oh, look at the Artosis pylon, which is not getting focused down. My goodness. More speedlots running in now, but they're just going to be like going into a blender. There's the force move to prevent any more reinforcements. Actually, the only reinforcements were from Rick, which are on their team. But that's okay. Now, Green Tea is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Going to be trying to save these probes, send them over to the corner, and hope he doesn't look. Probes, think small thoughts as the combined forces of these two groups come in here. It looks like there was a little skirmish here, but G-Town Bala holding down like an absolute boss. And here come the Brian Carriers and the Captain Terrific Zealots. Zealots taking a lot of damage, and the carrier is going to be dealing a lot of damage, but now the carriers could be taking a bit of damage as well. One carrier is getting low on health. Is going to be able to save it. Needs to micro it back, and now it looks like he's taking damage. Another one. Nice job there, and wow, Brian, nice little pullback micro with those carriers, is able to keep them. And look at this carrier. Oh my goodness, has not really taken any damage. Has 26 kills. 26 kills, 17 kills, 11 kills, 8 kills. Goodness gracious me, that is crazy. And they managed to keep Green Tea's main. So, whew. Oh look. There's pinging right here. That means Doc must be expanding again. And if Doc gets this gold, that could spell Frowntown a little doomsday for the right-hand side of the map, as it looks like it's going to be a 2-player push right here. We have G-Town Bala and we have Doc moving down, and they are going to come up against a cannon and a whole bunch of carriers. And the carriers are on the high ground here, so that's going to help quite a bit. But they are shooting down a lot of, Zealots coming in now as well. Now it looks like these Stalkers doing a good amount of damage, sniping off one carrier. Are they going to get another one? A little bit of a missed rally point there as carriers try to run back, and it looks like these ones are brand new, and so they're trying to refresh their guys as soon as possible. Another carrier goes down. Oh my goodness, and these Marines still putting out a lot of damage. So many of these carriers are just barely alive now, but more Zealots coming in, and these carriers able to do the damage to the Marines again. And now it looks like the Marines may be baiting a little bit. Nope, they're going to go ahead and continue to run down here. So nice job by Doc putting on some pressure with these Marines. Still don't have combat shields, but they do have 2-2 and stim. So Marines are going to be doing a lot of damage regardless, even though they won't be able to take as much. And Green Tea saying, do you need some gas? Because apparently Green Tea has a lot of gas. How much gas do you have, Green Tea? You have 1,000. So yep, it is a little bit, considering you're not really making anything gas heavy. So Captain Terrific isn't making anything gas heavy. He's just making Zeals over and over again. Oh, look at this. Da-da. There's a doom drop coming in, and it's actually just 16 Marines, but 16 Marines with 2-2 can do pretty good, as they're going to drop right in the middle of the middle line and absolutely shred these probes. And is Captain Terrific going to be able to see it? I am not sure if he's going to. Meanwhile, Brian over here attacking the base of Doc, not going to allow him to take that third. And does he have a +2 attack still only for his units at this point? Oh my goodness, here comes Captain Terrific's Zealots, and there's the load up because Zealots, as cool as they are on the ground and with charge, they are super fast. They are track stars. They cannot actually attack air, so they are just going to run underneath and hurl obscenities at these medevacs. The medevacs are going to be like, don't talk like that to me. I'm a lady. You have to be nice. Meanwhile, it looks like Captain Terrific is totally mined out at his main rather, and he has some guys just chilling there. And a couple of stalkers going to be warped in by Green Tea, and he's going to see if he can go ahead and snipe off the medevacs of. Is that what he's doing? I don't actually know. Meanwhile, it looks like there is a group forming here for the team on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, it looks like carriers and stalkers now moving in, and oh no. Oh, those pilots went the wrong way. Silly woman drivers. Ooh, I said it. Don't hate me. But they go ahead and do go down. Now, Rick has been on one base for pretty much this entire time. He does have 4 people in the assimilator and not a lot of probes. He is sending a couple guys out, but didn't even try to re-expand or anything. So these cannons actually proved to be so good because they actually shut down the main and this other expansion here. Nobody wants to deal with it. And now we have the armies massing. We have zealots and we have carriers. And these carriers now, +3 attack is done. So Interceptor's doing a ton of damage. And there's 9 carriers. Wow, that's so many. Meanwhile, though, it looks like mostly all units that can shoot air. We have stalkers, we have marines, still with no combat shields, but they do have 2-2, as I've said probably 3 times now. Just keep on checking the upgrades. And as far as, it looks like G-Town Bala with 1-1 upgrades and Rick with no upgrades, but here it goes, and these Interceptors are going to be doing quite a bit of damage. The Zealots overextending a little bit, and they're going to be absolutely destroyed if the other team decides to just stop for a second and shoot. There they go. Down they go. Captain Terrific, though, still making a ton more Zealots, has resecured his 3rd base. He did that a while ago, so he has 3 bases now. It looks like the Terran player Doc is on 2 bases. It looks like G-Town Bala is on 2 bases. Rick is just about done with 1 base, and it looks like Green Tea is going to be polishing off Rick right now. So here comes a big engagement right here. There is a mothership out, and it looks like all of the ranged units from Doc and G-Town Bala are going to be trying to focus on the mothership. It is going down quite quickly, and boom, down it goes. But Rick GG's because he has no base anymore thanks to Green Tea. And it looks like there is no army left anymore. The combination of Archons and Carriers and Zealots are going to be the doom of the left side. There we go. So the right side is going to win. Actually went Carriers. Who knew, says G-Town Bala. And who knew that it would actually win. But it does win out in this game. Silly little 3v3 to start off Subscriber Saturday. I'm going to be casting many more games this weekend, so stay tuned for more, guys. I appreciate it for you guys watching. Feel free to submit your own replays to Subscriber Saturday at Gmail, or no, forget that. SquigglesStarcraft at gmail.com. That's right. Send your Subscriber Saturday replays to SquigglesStarcraft at gmail.com. Let me know who you are. Let me know a little bit about the game. And let me know what your rank is, because I have these cool overlays I want to try that will let you see exactly what rank the people are if they actually tell me. I have one for every single league. So I want to try those out. So help me out and do that. Also, leave comments and questions, concerns, and anything else you might want to say, or just gossip, blah, 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 blah. I'm always down to hang with you guys because you awesome. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me, and I will see you guys in the next game.